I'm building a Viking village in LEGO Fortnite and I need a storage room. I already had a general contractor lay down the foundation. Just kidding, I am the contractor. As we come up into the village here, there is the storage room that I'm working on, and Tomato Man is stuck behind a table. That guy will do anything to get out of work. I think it'll look good if I put these columns on every corner of the build, so I'm going to try that out. And I think that looks pretty solid. I've looked through a lot of reference photos of Viking houses, and it seems like a common characteristic is building up a level or two and adding roofs on top of roofs. So I'm gonna build up and see if it looks good. I like it, but I think I want to make it a little bit wider and a little bit lower. And let's throw the roof on. And I want a Ferrari. No. I don't really know how I want to fill this section in yet, so for now I'm just going to put these columns down and see how that looks. Naturally, they are not even, so let me see if I can fix that. Bingo! I'm breaking out the middle section because the wood columns look a little monotonous to me. We'll probably change this eventually. But for now, we're going to add more wood columns. I placed a couple blocks over here on accident, so we'll get rid of those. I'm not crazy about the entryway. I'm going to try something else on for size, and we'll see how it feels. Definitely not crazy about it, so I'm going to do a little dilly-dallying. I have dilly-dallied, and I threw a lot more wood columns down. And I threw a fence down. I think the fence looks good. I like the entryway too, but I think a good way to make this look not super repetitive is going to be to put some half wood columns in the middle here just to break things up a little bit. And I think that looks pretty good. Let me just do that to the rest. I like it. Moving on to the next section, I'm going to fill in the sides here with fences. That's typically how I've been doing it on these builds for the most part. I feel like with custom builds, it's kind of hard, especially with this specific roof, to fill in the sides, but I think if you just throw these fences down, it looks pretty good. And even if they're not 100% perfect, like this one, that looks okay. And if anybody tells you that they don't, send them to me. I'm probably gonna have to do this part on the inside, so let me build some stairs up, throw these bad boys down, and we'll move on. We will move on after this side. There's always another side. There is always another side. I had another idea for the roof here. Goodness gracious. Turns out standing on a roof with a pickaxe in your hand in a storm, not a good idea. Anyways, we'll throw the roof on and see how this looks. And that looks okay. I think I can do a little better though. I brought the columns to the side together, and then I'm gonna do the same in the middle just to make it look a little bit more sturdy. Oh yeah, I think that looks good. And hold up, that's giving me ideas. I think it's time to cook. Uh-oh, are we not even? No, I think we're good. All right, cooking. Yeah, that looks sick. Man, I love that. Just gotta get struck by lightning to really get the juices flowing. I eventually want to break out the sides of this build to make them both entryways, so that's why I'm putting these stairs here. I think that'd be pretty cool and convenient. So the columns have been staring at me. I see them in my dreams. I see them when I drive to the grocery store. So my plan is to push them back one dot each, like this. And I think that this is going to add a lot of depth to the build and just make it look a lot less flat. We're sacrificing a little bit of space on the inside, but I think that that looks awesome. So I'm gonna do this to the rest of the build on the outside, which means it's time for another time lapse. This thing's really coming together. We do still have to do the inside, so got a long way to go. Before we move to the inside though, like I said, I want to break these walls out and make these entryways. Really just using the same pieces that we did for the main entryway. Look, now we can run all the way through. The last part we'll have to do is build these into the ground. And this is the not so fun part, that's for sure. I have fallen off more times than I care to show on video. I'm building the corners too wide, just like we did on the roof, to give it that sturdy look. And using snap mode just to build these into the ground. Yep, that's me. Alright, I guess we're breaking out. Let me know in the comments if that has ever happened to you. That's a new one for me. And I dig it. Without further ado, let's move on to the inside. Hey guys, Crazy Peely here. Peely is the most vanilla skin, but I find his expression so funny. So my plan for the vault here is to put these chests down and then put a column in between, and then build chests on top of each other, separating them by a plank. I know that's not going to be the most efficient way to do it space-wise, but I really just want it to look good. And we have another section on top that we can build up to if we really need it. So let me finish putting these down and I'll catch you on the other side. So the chests are down, but it feels a little empty in here, so I think a good way to add some detail is going to be to add kind of a Viking long table right in the middle here. So I'm going to put this down, make sure it's centered. I'm thinking 3 is going to be a pretty good number. I don't think I want to make it much longer than that. I'm adding some chairs around the table and purposefully leaving a few pushed out, a few pushed in. I might turn 1 or 2 to the side as well, just to make it look a little bit more like it's actually being used by the villagers, instead of just making it super perfect. I feel like it just gives it a lot of life and character and really just makes it feel like the village is being lived in. Just add a couple final things here, throw some scrolls on the table, maybe a plant, and I think that's gonna just about do it. I'm eventually gonna build up this mountain and expand the village even more, and I'm probably gonna make something a lot bigger up here, and something more grand, like some kind of Viking palace. So if you guys like this video, be sure to stick around for more. There's a lot more where this came from, but I've just about run out of time for today. But appreciate you so much for watching, and if you like this, I'll be back soon with more.